the ruling party saying they have no intention of a one-party state. That has always been the plan of the elites, even during the military time. They always wanted just a one-party state where they control everything. And basically, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was formed and reformed during the military regime. We know it was very much around Bashir's time and all, So that is his intention. The APC intends to capture everybody available, even if you have caused them before, destroyed their politics before. They do not care. What do you need? Is it position? Is it money? You can see the Bulawa or whatever is his name. And all that, you can now see Okowa, who was the vice presidential candidate of Atiku. So Nigeria should not be deceived. But what we want to tell Nigerians is that there are 250 million Nigerians. How many APC members do we have? How many APC politicians do we have? The real opposition are still quiet. If the real opposition wake up, who are 180 million hungry Nigerians in extreme poverty, and say they are done with APC, they are done with APC. There's nothing they can do. There's no defection. There's no mass defection. Those governors, defecting ministers and all that, they do not have any special power. They don't have any special votes. It's just buying people. So if the people shun corruption, shun vote buying, stand and say they are done with the government that gives them terrible policies that endanger their life, affect their health care, affect their education, affect their infrastructure, people die in this country daily. And I can almost say probably per hour now. So and it is caused by policies. It is done for APC or whoever. And to announce to APC that PDP has done all this before. There's nothing surprising in all this. There's nothing special. PDP claimed that they will rule Nigeria for 60 years. That's what they said, But it ended. And that of APC will also end. So we in the AAC are not bothered by who defect to. How many are they? What is our concern is where the masses are defecting to. The masses should defect into fighting. They should defect into standing up for themselves. And any political party or any political elite that want to continue to enslave them, they will be done. What I will say is approach. And we have always told them, the quiet approach or the press release approach alone cannot solve this problem. I just give clear example that before now, civil societies, political parties have written, spoken, had meetings, even with LASIEC, even with House of Assembly representatives, telling them to follow the rule of law. And every time they keep on disobeying it. So, and when the AAC are saying, you must use the activism approach. You must protest. But some of them are not interested. They just want to be silent and wait. While majority, as you said, would rather play games, with the ruling party so that they can make more money during the election. But I will commend IPAC on the area of media push that has happened in the last 2 months, where we have had the deliberations with LASIEC, after some deliberation internally at IPAC, making sure it happened. Also have a dialogue at New Central, which went far and wide, and there have been press releases. In fact, the IPAC stood against the timetable of INEC of LASIEC that was released, but it is not enough. If chairmen of political parties, if party leaders are not ready to put their foot on the ground without acting or mising or pretending or saying it at someone's back, not coming on your front and say, yes, I'm the one saying this, they will continue to have this result. And truly, AAC cannot do it alone. That's why we are inviting Lagosians. What we need is Lagosians. We need political parties to also get involved and fight. It will be good and sweeter. But if Lagosians rise up, we AAC were enough to lead them. The Lagos LCD election will not hold. And I'm telling you that we in AAC as our even vying candidates, if majority of Lagosians say we're not even interested in any of this election, we will support them. That, okay, we want to hold LCD election because local government election because that is legal, and we are holding LCD by the it's not illegal. And they say that is even irritating to them. And majority are saying we're not going to allow it to hold. We will lead them. We will lead them. Because AAC is for system change. Yes, we know when our people is in power, we solve all problems of society, but we are not so much hungry of power. I say we leave the demands and the right of the people aside. So we need Lagosians to rise up. And we plead with IPAC to rise up. But Lagosians is the people that are more important here.
The Lagos government is intentionally preventing the people of the local government to get rule of law, proper growth, and development in their society. It's also important to me that budgets as we put in place for local government election, as LASIEC not a revenue generating body, as I said, INEC does not impose administrative fee. It's wrong for LASIEC to be doing that. The millions that have been budgeted, what will they be using it to do? Why are they burning the people with funds for political parties before they can run an election? We frown at this monetizing of our politics. As this move by the Commission, we surely disenfranchise many qualified candidates that are genuinely willing to serve their people. It is fact that Lagos election has been known to be characterized with violence. LASIEC has not done any preparation to nip this political pottery in the state. No simple preparation. In fact, they have fueled it by making sure the election is monetized. Thugs don't work because they feel like working. Thugs don't break bottle or embitter themselves because they are happy to do it. Funds must flow before you see any political talk in action. If elections are not monetized, nobody will come and be breaking bottle on anybody's head. When you know your councillor is the carpenter in your society that is just responsible with good policies, you're not going to be disturbing him for money. When you know your councillor is working in this particular location, you know what he's doing, and is also an average Nigerian, you're not going to be looking for it for funds. But when they know that the people that have dropped 5 billion for a fund are stealing the commonwealth of the people through multiple taxation, through overtaxation, through thuggery, of course, thought will fall out, to support such. LASIEC, instead of leaving thuggery in a bond, has even made it more popular, giving it more room for a focus on this our election. So we will not accept the election engulfed with violence, malpractice, partiality, as our party will not hesitate to take both political and legal action. The LASIEC chairman was making mouths, I will use that word very clearly. Has anybody found we have the law to arrest the president? And we have had that before by numerous chairmen, including chairman of INEC in Lagos. Chairman of INEC in Lagos said similar. And I asked him, what is your plan? He's not just telling us you were arrested. At the end of the day, if we see Togri in 2020 election, who was arrested among all those stuff? No, people died in Lagos, people were beaten, voter suppression, none of the thugs were arrested. Because you have not made any plan to prevent it from happening. You have made the election to be monetized. Of course, thugs will fall in. No plans for anything. Failed law, illegal law to run a supposed called legal election. No plan to prevent thuggery. No proper voters education. It couldn't even get INEC to even do voter registration to complete the process for some people. So most likely the election will be the same voters in the last 2020 election. Whereas there are new voters that are interested in voting. I said did nothing. No preparation. Ill preparation is what they are taking to this election. The commission must provide a fair playground for all political parties. When the so-called simply illegal act said to be made by Lagos State House of Assembly, why the so-called simply illegal act said to be made by Lagos State House of Assembly should be explained to the Ghanaians how it was made, even though we know they have no explanation. The tenets of democracy must be respected. This time around, as Lagosians are willing and ready to express their choice through the ballot. It is imperative to let the State House of Assembly under the leadership of Honorable Ashiro Obasa And Lagos State Governor Illegalities know that Supreme Court judgment and local government autonomy is the final, and there's no way they can change it while they are power. Also, it is a criminal violation, criminal offense to disobey the 1999 Constitution and the Supreme Court judgment. The Constitution recognizes only the 20 local governments in Lagos. The 37 LCDs remain illegal, and illegal shall it be. Only at the national level, at the level of the Senate and House of Reps, can that be amended in the 1999 Constitution. If that is not done, we continue with 20 local governments. The reason why there is no good development in local government is not because the local government is 57 or 60 or 20. It's because we continue to end up with criminals as leaders in the local government. Also, because the state government is using the funds of the local government. In 2022 alone, over 155 billion was supposed sent by federal government to the 20 local governments. Can you see the reflection of 1.5 billion in your local government? Because it's joint account, and the governors have diverted the funds to wherever they will. And even the funds is in control, whereas you are just a transmission process. The funds get to the state, send the local government. You are not supposed to touch it in any way. Now, finally, we are using this opportunity to invite and inform people of Lagos who this illegality has been done to, not to keep quiet, but rise and join the fight to liberate Lagos for those that never want to see it grow. They do all these things to make sure you are deprioritized from coming out and cast your vote, from participating in a local government election. Do not fall for that scheme. Sitting down at home, saying you are not going to come out because of all this illegality is not going to solve the problem. We must come out and fight. We must come out and support true leaders. We must come out and vote and fight for the process to go in the way of the people. After we have done that and we have gotten the result of that, then the fight against all this illegality will continue. But if you allow them to intentionally, which is always their style, to make you feel, oh well, local government election, illegal law, LASIEC chairman has started with illegality. She's just listening to the dictation of the governor, AAC and all that. It's not these other political parties. I will sit down at home, I will not participate. That is exactly what they want. Do not give them that. So we invite the governor, join us. Let's fight this. Let's prevent the illegality. And let's see it through. Then the struggle will continue to fight against all that Lagos State government has done as they approach the global organization. Thank you very much. So, take questions from the press and the commission that will allow an illegal law to be passed through black markets, nobody sat anywhere, nobody read anything, and accept such black market law that is against the Supreme Court judgment and against the 1999 Constitution. If you expect them to conduct a free and fair election and a peaceful election in local government, you must be on rather land dreaming. So, and why are we doing this at the AAC? We do not do lamentation. We want them to recognize their problem, see the problem for who it is, and whoever it is, and face it squarely. Which is what we want to do. Our problem is that of assembly and our lawless lawmakers. Our problem is the government of Lagos. When you someone who want to continue to have a zero-sum political game in Lagos, where it begin to know who is where and how. And our problem with the commission, the LASIEC, a commission that has been useless to the people of Lagos since inception. They have never, quote me, they have never conducted a free and fair election in Lagos State. Not once. 25 cycles. Justice Ayodele was there for almost 4 years. Is enough to solidify the ground. They did not solidify the ground. Kept on joking with Lagos, joking with the law, disobeying the law, and put us to the point that we are here today. It is equally worthy of note that the majority did not support the administrative fee currently imposed by the executive board. Only the AAC supported the increase, while the team members of IPAC did not support, they stated it to be reduced or to be scrapped. The position of the AAC is that administrative fee, or whatever it's called, like collected from political parties, should be scrapped. LASIEC has a budget to run elections. INEC don't collect administrative fee for us. Why is LASIEC doing that? The only difference between INEC and LASIEC is that LASIEC is to conduct local government elections, while INEC conduct federal and states. They are both electoral commissions. Why is LASIEC doing something and INEC is doing something different? LASIEC is not a revenue generating commission. Your duty is to run election. But here they have been taken 150,000 for chairman, 75,000 for vice chairman, 50,000 for councillors, and the rest. Imagine the number of people that will contest in this election. 2,000, 3,000. Multiply that. Why are they using us, to generate funds? LASIEC did not respect the standard of authority, which is the basis of democracy. And we are using the opportunity to let the electoral panel know that such fee must be reversed without delay. Why are they collecting fee for political parties? Why are we paying fee? It is political parties that sell forms in reasonable prices to their aspirants. But here is LASIEC, turning themselves over the years, this start today, to a revenue generating scheme. And APC supported it with full scale, and we have been hearing they are selling some of their form 5.5 million for a local government election. Is it not a shame that our police has intentionally bastardized to make opportunities only for the rich and the influence to get into power, while we know leadership is not about your pockets, but it's about your integrity, your character, and your policies to transform society. The Lagos government is intentionally preventing the people of the local government to get rule of law, proper growth, and development in their society.